What is good? It's my pleasure to come to y'all tonight, even though it's late and got a lot of stuff piling up on my way out to SummerSlam tomorrow. Well, it's not tomorrow. I'm leaving for SummerSlam tomorrow, but I could not let the day go by without chiming in to the YouTube community about the announcements that we got on Wednesday, August the 19th, in regards to the NBA 2K16 modes, MyLeague and MyGM. I mean, I'm blown away. Totally blown away. I mean, y'all already know the hashtag 2K love me, because it's got to be love. It's got to be love for them to go to the lengths that they've gone to in this franchise mode, or in these MyGM and MyLeague, to more or less hit off gamers just like me. Now, I kid, I say 2K love me, but obviously we know they're reaching out to the with these particular enhancements. They're reaching out particularly to gamers who are like me, who enjoy the customization options that you get with a really deep franchise mode that really goes kind of the extra mile. So you're seeing some screenshots. In case this is the first you're hearing, MyGM and MyLeague are adding a ton of stuff, right? It starts off, and a lot of the options and a lot of the features kind of touch both modes. But it's so much, I really don't know exactly where to start, because when I was writing my article today for Bleacher Report and I was putting this out here, I had to restructure the article several times because I really didn't know where I was going to start. So I'm going to start with team relocation, which is in both MyGM and MyLeague this year. Yes, you can relocate a franchise. And it's not like Madden's relocation, because Madden's relocation is good, but one of the bad things about it is that you're restricted. You can only go to certain cities, and that's not the case in 2K. According to the live stream that was later on this evening, Ronnie 2K said that you can go to approximately 60 different North American cities. We did not get a confirmation on whether or not you can go to Canadian cities, which I actually think I saw that question asked by someone. Don't know the answer to that yet. But we do know you can go to several different cities. Obviously, one of the screenshots I believe you're going to see here shows one, whomever was playing at that time had an opportunity to go to Honolulu, Hawaii for a team. So I'm going to get to how this all ties into just all of the stuff that I want to do. And you see this stuff on the screen now, League Realignment. Yeah, it's real. It's real. It's absolutely real here. So you can do that. And I hate to keep comparing this to Madden, like trying to put Madden down, because I'm not doing that. But it's the frame of reference that most of us would have in regards to franchise mode or franchise-like modes or whatever, and the team relocation option. In Madden, you have to pick from like a template of logos and names, and it's very, very structured. Like this, do it like this, do it like that. In 2K16, it's not like that. I mean, they do have a template and some preloaded on-disc logos, but if you don't want to do that, just like EA used to have back on NCAA Football 14 and some of the ones prior to that, they had an option called Team Builder, where it was a PC-based team creation application, and you could more or less, upload that to the PC servers, and then go on your game and download your image. Well, you can do that exact same thing in team relocation in NBA 2K16. And I'm just like, oh my God, right? So as I'm reading it, I'm like, okay, so you can do this in MyGM. Great. So it's more to that though. So I was looking, and obviously we saw the information that came out about Pro-Am, and we saw that team customization. It was like, oh wow, that's nice. Looks just like Team Builder. I hope that is in other modes of the game. Well, this is confirmation that it absolutely is. But it goes farther than MyGM, because a lot of people, if you're like me, you're going to want more than that customization as it affects a one or single player type of experience. I like MyGM, but the thing that I really like is MyLeague, where I get to play with and customize the entire team, the entire league. So my wheels are turning with MyLeague, right? So I'm reading through it, and it says MyLeague Relocation. Because when you do relocation in MyGM, You have to, it's a really cool process, and it fits for MyGM, but you have to get approved. You have to submit an application. It has to make sense. The relocation committee has to approve it. You could get denied, this, that, and the third. So that really fits in with the whole role-playing aspect, right? But what if you just really just want to customize the league, right? Well, that's what MyLeague is for. You can customize, you can relocate all 30 franchises. Are you feeling me? With customizing all of their logos, their uniforms, their arenas, everything, right? Because it's not just about customizing the name and the logo. You get to take those logos that you upload, put those throughout the arenas. You can pick the texture of the floor. You can pick where signs are. You can pick what the color is going to be inside the 3-point line, in the paint. It's just crazy, right? You can decide if the arena is going to be built downtown or in a suburb. All of that, but just imagine doing that now in a MyLeague with all 30 teams. Now check this out. You might have seen some of the screens a little bit earlier because I'm just showing you through this, because a lot of you probably already know this information, but I just wanted to give you my thoughts. One of the things is when you do all of that switching around, so what happens with the divisions? What happens with the conferences? Well, the system automatically realigns the divisions to make it appropriate. So say, for instance, you decide to relocate the Knicks to Los Angeles for whatever reason. You decide to relocate the Bulls to New York. They're not going to keep the Bulls in the Central Division. They're going to move the Bulls to the East, and they're going to realign things to make sense geographically. So that in itself is pretty awesome, right? Now, what I'm thinking is, what if I do want to make this custom league? And now, since it's not the only type of MyLeague I would do, but it's definitely something I would try. What if I want to redo my league, and then, I would essentially make everything match up geographically. So, like, we're in a perfect world, and you had like the Northwest Division. Literally, every single team would be from the northwestern portion of North America there, where we have NBA teams, and so on and so forth throughout the whole thing. I mean, it's really just crazy, the team relocation thing, and creating the logos and the jerseys, and it's literally mind blowing. I wrote in my write up today, it felt like they was like eavesdropping on a conversation that I had like with my brother when I was a kid, because some of this stuff that you're allowed to do now is the stuff that I used to like dream about being able to do. And we start conversations off like, man, what if you could? Well, man, what if you could this? And what if you could that? Well, a lot of those what if scenarios that we used to talk about is actually coming to fruition, and it is really, really crazy, right? So, like I said, you see some of these screens here, and like I said, both that's in MyGM and in MyLeague. Now, you got some other stuff too that's crazy, and I'm kind of jumping around a little bit, just going through the things that I felt was like most amazing. You can now have 3-team trades, which we learned about before, but you can also have multiple injuries to the same guy at the same time. So a dude can have like Ezel and Friday. Something can be wrong with his neck and his back. I mean, that sounds funny, but that's kind of dope. I mean, what if you got a dude who got a bad toe and a bad eye? His toe and his eye is messed up. He can't play because something is wrong with his toe and his eye. I mean, can you ever see somebody miss a game because their toe and their eye was messed up? I've never seen that, but we might see somebody with a bad toe and a bad eye in NBA 2K16. But I kid, but yeah, 2 injuries to two separate parts. Injury to 2 separate parts of your body is that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. What else did we get? We got staff hiring, where now you'll see players retire, escalate up through coaching systems so they can start out as a scout. He made an example. Eric Benish made the example of, he said he simulated through some seasons, and Ray Allen ended up being the GM of the Celtics. That was pretty dope. Really like that. They have a new simulation system. It's called Simcast Live, I'm sorry, because they had Simcast prior, last year or whatever. But this year, they have Simcast Live, where it's basically Simcast just with more interaction. So now you get an opportunity to kind of like coach, which is something that I think, I know a lot of people don't like to do that. And they're like, hey, I'm either playing or I'm not. But now you get a chance to coach, and instead of just seeing it what's happening in the text, you actually get a chance to see the action unfold. The players are represented as like chips on a board, and they move around as things are happening in the game. And you can jump in and out. I like you can jump in and out, because before I believe you could just jump in. I like the fact that you can jump in and out as many times as you want to the end of the game. I thought that was also pretty awesome. Now, another big thing, and I don't mean to mention this not first because I know this is one of the biggest things to a lot of people, is MyLeague is now online, which we talked about that before in an earlier video. And for the most part, everything that you can do offline, you can do online. That's what we think for now, except for one pretty big detail. In MyLeague Online, there is no draft, and there is no free. There's no off season. Once your season ends, the commissioner has an opportunity or is posed with a question: do you want to play the season again? And it'll pick right back up with your rosters wherever they were, whatever trades that were made. That's not horrible, but it's clearly not ideal, because there's most people, if you're doing a franchise mode, you want the whole shebang. You want to go through the draft, you want to go through free agency, and if it's a MyLeague, you want to continue to do it because that's what you would do offline. So not having that, I'm not gonna lie, is a big deal. That's a pretty big deal. And I saw a lot of people saying that they just didn't want to be bothered with it at all because they didn't have that. I think that's probably a lie. Maury determined that was a lie, because you gonna play this game anyway. I mean, you just talking crazy. You like the people that say they're not gonna buy the Floyd Mayweather Jr. fight because they don't like him, but they be sitting there watching. You're gonna play. Now, like I said, it's not ideal for sure, but it would be nice if they had that. But for the MyLeague offline, as well as MyGM, they've redone the draft process. So now we didn't really get a chance to really see it, but the lottery process, when you see who's going to have the first the top 14 picks, that's been more dramatized. The actual draft itself, when the top 3 picks are picked, you'll see I have one of the screens in here where you'll see the top 3 picks shown. How when you watch the draft, they have like a little presentation package of the person who just got drafted. It would be really dope if it was actually animated, but from looking at the screens here, I can tell it's probably not animated. It's just images. But hey, you gotta start somewhere, and I'm digging that for sure. Another ridiculously dope aspect of this whole thing is the Summer League. Now, we knew Summer Leagues were coming, but we learned the details of what was going to happen with the Summer Leagues. You're going to have 2 different ones, just like in real life. The Las Vegas Summer League, and then, in real life, it's the Orlando Summer League. Well, this one's called the 2K Summer League, so we already know what that's supposed to be about. But what I found to be dope was the players that will be involved in Summer League. So yeah, you got your top rookies, you got your undrafted rookies, and you got your other young players who may not have broken out in their first year that are playing Summer League. And Eric Benish also said there's some older players who may use Summer League a la Antoine Walker to try to break back into the NBA. That is awesome, right? So I can actually play that. I mean, I'm trying to tell you, man, while I'm hearing all these features and all this stuff that's in this, my wheels are turning for about, I don't know how many different series, but I know I'm going to have to curtail myself and not get too crazy. But there is a seemingly endless amount of things that I can just think about that I can do with these different modes. I am really, 2K love me. I'm trying to tell you, y'all don't believe me, but you're going to believe me. You're going to learn. Because 2K love me. And I'm not even done. Check it out. There's another mode that I shouldn't say mode. It's a feature within MyGM and MyLeague that I don't think is getting enough attention. It's called 2K Hoops Summit. Now, the 2K Hoops Summit is kind of basically supposed to be the Nike Hoops Summit, where, this is like, I guess they're the 18 and under kids from international countries as well as the United States. And they get together and they play America versus the international team. and it's the the kids who have not been in the draft, they haven't been in college, they're competing against each other. Where you can play the 2K Hoop Summit. Now you might be saying, well, who are the players you're gonna be playing with? It's from the draft class. So obviously, at the beginning of your MyLeague or your MyGM, they ask you to upload a draft class, right? So in previous versions, that was just used for you to scout and all of that, right, through the season. Now, when you upload this draft class, you get this one game that you can play, or I guess maybe, I don't know if it's a series of games. I think it's just one game you can play, and you get to play with the players that are going to be in the draft. And they're saying, well, hey, you get a chance to scout them early, decide if you think you got the next LeBron. I don't know how much that's going to play into it, because I don't know if we can do all that just off one game, but I'm going to tell you that is still just pretty. I mean, I don't want to give away all my ideas. I don't, but I got some sick stuff. Sick like good, not sick like I'm going to eat off the floor. I mean, like sick like good, like stuff on my mind, man. I mean, it's 2K love me. You understand what I'm saying to you? Do you get it? You got it. I don't know if you do. I don't know if you do. I don't know if you do. Look, check it out. Still control 1 to 30 teams in my league, right? Now last year, when you could do that, the way it worked was you kind of had to do everything for all of those teams if you did it. Now, if you control however many teams you want to control, you can actually customize to what level of control you're going to have over each of those organizations. So if I just want to play with one team, I can do that. If I want to handle all of the general manager duties for one, I can do that. I thought that was really a smart addition. Obviously, they listen to the community with that and various other things. The other one of the other little features that I thought that was good that they added back in was they added player lock back in. So I can go through in MyGM or MyLeague and pick any player or players a specific position for the entire game. Say if I want to just play a whole season and just only control LeBron or only control Derrick Rose, I can do that. It's almost like they brought back the Create a Legend mode, just like on the slide without having the whole goal-oriented stuff. But you can dip in and out of like a My Career type of experience. But it's really very similar to the player lock that you can use in MLB The Show. I use it in my franchise modes, where I alternate games. I play player lock, then quick counts, then full counts. You could actually do something like that with my league now, and I think that is pretty bananas. Like I said, 3-team trades, multiple injuries, player lock. There's so many sliders that are in this game right now that they've put in the new one. Is crazy. Injury settings, salary cap details, overall league setup. What's even better is once you actually set up these sliders, you can save them all, and all of them you can share with the community. So a lot of times people ask me, what's your settings, or what's your this and what's your that? I can save them bad boys, upload them, and just tell you to go get them there. In MyGM, you also got new long-term owner goals. So, last year you just come in and tell you, I want you to win 50 games, I want you to make the playoffs, I want you blah, blah, blah. At the end of the season, whole new goals, right? Well, now you're getting like 3 and 4 year goals. It kind of works out a little bit. You get stats galore. They put in defensive field goal percentage against, so we can find out who's the best rim protectors, man, 2K love me. That's really what this is about. They need to just come on out and confess their love to me, because it's so apparent for everybody to see. Just come out with it. Tell me you love me. Just out. Don't have me keep having to call you out. I can see it. It's crazy. Now, also, autosave used to be an automatic thing in my league. People hated it. Now you can turn it on and off. All right. You also have, so just think about this. You're doing a fantasy draft with the Legends roster that I'm going to make for 2K16, right? Just picture this scenario that I'm about to drop on you right quick. Legends roster is complete, because I'm going to get started on it early this time. I'm not going to wait till, the game been out 2 months before I'm from day one, we're working on this thing, right? I'm not gonna tell y'all when it's gonna be done, none of that. I'm just gonna tell you I'm starting to work on it early. I might just surprise you, like like your parents would do. Here it is, it's figured out. I might just do that, but know this: I'm gonna work on it early. But just imagine this: you got the full Legends roster, and you got that bad boy set up in a fantasy draft. Now you start your MyLeague. Now because it's relocation, you're gonna have to go in, start your MyLeague up with the regular NBA teams, then relocate everybody at the beginning of the season. You don't have to do it once, which is good. So go ahead and do that. You have all your images loaded up on 2K's website, so you can upload them. So you go ahead and you customize your whole team, your whole league right now. I wish you could share your league, your team creations. I don't think you can do that. You may, I don't know. I might have missed that. But now you got a whole entire league of a mixture of legends and stars, and they're playing on all of these created teams in this fully customized NBA. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know what else to say. I don't know what else to say. It's blown. I'm blown. I'm just completely blown. But that's all I got. Which I mean, what else? What else you want? That's all I got. But man, it's really an amazing sounding feature set right now, and I just hope it's half as good as it sounds. If it is, we got us a certified classic. I appreciate y'all watching. God bless. Peace.